Ooh, sorry. Assalamualaikum.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
I gotta put you guys on mute when I have Nancy Ajram playing.
Oh, so it's just you and me right now?
Everything's everything's okay. Ooh, man, this weather caught me off guard. I was out of it for almost a week.
Oh,
Just,
alhamdulillah.
how's everything with the family?
Alhamdulillah. It's good. Can't complain. I have a attendant today.
Okay. Hi, baby. Salam.
It's,
Oh, I like the eyebrow reaction.
it's just you
The
and me.
two of us. Say that again.
It's just you and me right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I sent the text saying, I launched it at like 9:45, so people could dial in early, but no one so far. Okay. I still need to get my coffee, so it's all good. And then right after this, it's I'm driving to Maryland. I have to go. My wife have been down. She's from Maryland, so her job like once in a while she has to go down. So she's been down there for days. So I'm gonna drive down, spend overnight, and then we're gonna come back over to her parents.
I'm new. Well, I need a minute also since we didn't start yet.
Oh no.
Hold on.
It's all good. I'm just gonna text the group. I'm like, hey, where's everyone?
Cool. All right, I'll be right back.
Log in. Come on.
Hey, assalamualaikum. How you guys doing, man?
Hey, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How's it going?
Oh, it's going, man. It's going.
Sheikh said yesterday I spoke to him. He said he's going to be a little late.
Okay.
He had to make a dua at the funeral home down the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just texting Sid to see what's going on.
Don't mind the piles of water behind me. I got it on sale. So.
Oh no, I'm having cereal and coffee. I need that coffee in order to get going. It's all good.
Oh, it's right here, actually. Wait. I did not read the actual stuff, so I'm going to try to play catch up.
That's the story of our lives.
Yeah, sorry.
I think we're supposed to be a week behind, right, Tawheed, as far as the reading material?
Yeah, we didn't even cover anything really. Like,
Right.
technically, we didn't even start.
Okay.
So wait, are we supposed to read the Hadith 18? Because that's what I read.
Yeah, we're good for this week. We're gonna do Quran face to face and Hadith on video.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Girl.
Tell you, how's the kid, man?
Well, can't complain. He's glad to be part of the class today.
Is there with you?
Yeah. Yeah, to get video.
Mine is asleep.
Oh, there we
I
go.
just can't sleep in. I don't know, maybe I need a kid, but even on the weekends, I mean, by the time it's 8:30, I just wake up like a robot. I just can't stay in no matter how late I go to sleep.
Oh, you don't have kids?
No.
Well, when you have kids, you'll be up a lot earlier than that.
The whole sleep in thing. You know, when you're young or when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like, I'll talk to you guys then.
Assalamualaikum, Sana. What are you doing?
He's touching everything.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's awesome. The wife is talking about it now. Like, you know, everyone's saying we should have a child now. Like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, glad I had her when I was a little younger because my back is already killing me from like lifting her so much.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I
I
mean,
just wanted to do like the marriage first, you know, just the two
Yeah.
of us.
that's smart. No, we waited 8 years. I've been married 8 years already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I always thought that for some reason, you know, like life plans, like college, you plan everything out.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like going to college, and I was like, I have all the time in the world. I'm gonna get married at 27.
Yeah.
First kid at like 30. It's all good. We've got time forever. I didn't get married until 34. All good.
Yeah. Just you know, don't wait till it's too late because your back will kill you. I promise you. It'll hurt.
That's why you have them walk on it. Come on.
She doesn't walk yet. Tahi, my kid and your kid are the same age, right?
I don't think so.
How many months is she?
6 months now.
Oh, mine is 8 months.
Oh,
Basically the same. Come on.
Yeah.
her cousin hijacked her birthday. They got a C-section the day before Sema.
Yeah.
They basically stole the thunder.
Like, that's kind of mean.
Which cousin?
It's Bisan's cousin.
Oh, okay. Oh, congrats, man. So you're another uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, look at her. Oh my god. Hey, hey, cutie. Hey, what you doing? You gotta enjoy him, Tali. You gotta enjoy him while they're that little.
Mm-hmm. And they're biting you and smacking you. And then they just smile right afterwards.
Yep.
Is it the first for both of you guys?
Yeah. But he's got leverage because his brother has one that's older than him.
What's going on here? Why does she have pink on her? You saw it? All over her side.
Would she have cake on her?
Like pink stain on her outfit. Yeah, like all that. Maybe the camera's just bad.
Yeah.
Joining in a few minutes.
I think we should at least get Nyron.
Nyron. He's
Yeah.
doing?
He should, like he was in it last time.
Yeah, he joined before the call the first time, and then that was like, okay.
What's the matter with him?
Tahir can't join, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sid, what's up?
What's
What's on?
going on, guys?
Aloha. I don't know why you're making things up, Sid. You're in the call, man.
It wouldn't open the first time.
That's a local issue.
Yeah.
Did you power it off? Did you power it back on?
No, sir. No, sir.
Did you unplug it? Did you plug it back in?
Yes, sir. No breakfast for the rest of us?
This has been my main meal for the last 2 days. Cereal.
Sorry, I had some nice corn soup this morning, man.
I'm like, should I cook? But she's gonna be back on Sunday. I don't really think I need to cook. What else is in the fridge that I can eat until the wife is back? It's basically been it.
Oh, so she's in Maryland right now?
Yeah, that's why I'm driving now. Back Wednesday. But no, I'll be able to make it over on Monday. I'll just make sure I leave work at a regular time, and I usually get home by like 6:30, so
Okay.
I can just drive and come straight over to the mosque.
All right, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so
So,
I'll text you.
I got in touch with Omar Farouk, the guy that set it up.
Okay,
So I got in touch with him. He said, whenever we get a chance and we're there, just give him a call and he'll tell us what to look at.
but what happened? Just
I have no idea. I guess the mixer is not putting out a signal to the video box. Like we changed the box thinking the box went bad. It still had the same issue. So it's got to be something with the wiring or a setting on the mixer.
Did you?
Because there's two things that actually aren't working. So let's just set it, tell us what to do.
Did you power it off? Did you power it back
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, I even poured water on it, washed it out, all the good stuff.
Yo, yesterday at work, I'm like streamlining the video conferencing rooms at Revlon.
Mhm.
I had one room that took me like 4 hours to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It's so the company that did their install just like made it so convoluted and complicated just to sell them stuff because they didn't have anyone in my position. So like the person that was signing off on it is actually he's like a server guy. He's a network server guy. He doesn't know anything about video conferencing or AV or any of that kind of stuff. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Is it in Jersey City?
Yeah.
At JP Morgan, right?
Yep.
So are you going to be on the conference room or on the desk with the team?
I have no idea.
What?
Multimedia service desk
You're on the
technician.
You're on the desk. Multimedia
Okay.
service technician?
Yeah.
Like, how did he describe it as far as what? See, there's two different roles. That's what I'm like, which one are you going to
Well,
be?
that's the name of the position, so I don't know.
I think they are looking. So what happened was they had moved out of their main building and they gutted everything and redid everything, right? So they've moved back, and their conference floor are all brand new conference rooms. So they wanted someone dedicated down there 24/7 to connect all the calls, manage the clients, all that kind of stuff. So if it's the service technician job, I think that's what you're going to be doing. But the good thing about it is that you're in the same building as the service desk team. So what I would do, which you're already going to have some type of access, because you're not going to be able to always call the desk. But like once you get your foot in the door, what I would do if I was you is get cozy with the service desk and have them train you on the Cisco side of stuff, on the MCU, on call manager, all of that, because that's going to help you definitely in the long run.
Oh, okay.
Where did your text go?
I don't know. I'm waiting on you to reply it.
I'm trying to figure out where you were texting me, first of all.
On Facebook.
There you go. My computer's so weird. It'll show me that I'm getting text on my computer, even with the program not open. So I'm like, where was that from again?
So who else is in the chat right now?
It's just you, Tawheed, myself,
And Altaf?
So Altaf said
You?
Imam is gonna be. He said he's gonna be a few minutes late.
Yeah, I just got up, so
You look like it.
yeah,
You get the light switch right behind your head too. That's convenient.
I know.
That's one step away from the placard. So you work in Jersey City now?
Yeah, inshallah, I'll start after Christmas.
Oh, cool.
Awesome, man. That's great.
Congrats. I work in at Exchange Place. I'm right up the street from here.
Yeah, I was actually gonna try and reach out to like Tahir and Myron to see like how they do Juma and stuff like that.
Yeah, I go with them. They go to this mosque on Grove Street.
Okay. Well, this place is right across the street from Newport Mall, so I think for me to get to Juma, I'd probably have to.
It's actually faster. What I used to do, I actually tried going to NIA. But again, I mean, if you got your car, you can park there, I guess. So, but what I did, I actually found it faster to take the path and actually go to NYU for Juma with Khalid Latif. It's actually really fast.
Yeah.
You got the path is right there across the street at Newport.
Uh-huh.
You literally just go to Christopher Street, I think it was, and you walk like 3
What I
blocks.
think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take the train to work because I drove there yesterday to go do fingerprints, and Jersey City is a nightmare.
Yeah, and the thing is the parking also. You can't don't park in that mall. Like they'll tow your vehicle if you park in the Staples or the Best Buy, the Target area. They'll tow.
Yeah.
Then you can't park during the day on the main road, only like after 7 or something like that. And the parking lot is super expensive unless they'll somehow give you a cut rate. But they weren't giving it to us because we were consultants. We weren't employees.
Yeah, well, I'm same thing. So
Are you consultant or employed, kid?
I'm consultant through another company.
Oh, okay, yeah, same deal. Otherwise, I heard you pay like $50 a month if you're an employee.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
at that Newport parking area. It's super cheap. But take the train. Why not?
Yeah, I'll see.
I mean, that's what, one stop, Newark Broad to Hoboken.
So where?
From what would you take, from Newark Broad Street or from like East Orange?
I guess from right here in East Orange. I don't know.
Because East Orange, you could actually park. That's why I do. I park in East Orange. It's free. So you don't have to worry about like having a permit or any of that kind of stuff at East Orange train station. You can just park your car.
For real?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where is that? The one by Brick Church?
East Orange train station by the post office,
City Hall?
by City Hall. Yeah.
There's a meter there, though. What are you talking about?
For the parking, like on the road area, like in front of, like, I don't know.
Underneath the overpass.
The train station, it's
Uh-huh.
all free.
Oh,
But if you're parking where the meters are, then you're paying. Yeah, that's like daily parking. But if you're under the train station, it's up super early. My train is at like 6:44 in the morning, so it's
yeah.
already.
They didn't even tell me what the hours are yet.
Yeah, it'll all be in the package. They'll send it to you in the package.
Yeah,
When
because I
they,
just did.
they let you know.
I just did the fingerprint drug test yesterday.
Okay.
So hopefully, I'm not on drugs or anything like that.
That's what we're hoping on.
Yeah. Hopefully all that masala went out my system.
Also said he can't make it this morning.
Who?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But it's a cool people that work there. It'll be good. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But, yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right, cool.
I told Shake yesterday also I have to leave just slightly before 11, guys. Sorry, I have a class after this also.
That's all right.
Kind of got rescheduled.
I wonder if Shake knows that we confirmed that we were meeting.
He was on the WhatsApp yesterday.
Yeah, but he's not on the chat now.
Still running a little late. Boston said he can't make it.
I think less people show up to this online chat than they actually show up to class. Because last week we had, what, 5 people?
The first week we planned into this, it was 3 of us, including Shake.
Maybe worst cases, we just have to meet in person every week.
But do we get to still keep it at 10 a.m.?
Not if it's at the masjid.
Oh my God.
We're going to have to meet at a store or something instead.
Okay, I thought you were going to say, oh, because it's at the masjid, we have to meet at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Nah, I mean, if we want to keep it at 10 or even 9:30, then we'd have to meet somewhere else. The masjid would be packed. Maybe we could meet over breakfast and have class.
We can do that.
And when we actually do meet at Fajr, we rotate like Dunkin' Donuts for everybody.
Sis is saying that because he hasn't had breakfast yet.
Listen, bro, I have my food waiting for me downstairs. I just haven't made it that far yet. I had soup at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock this morning, bro. I'm all right.
Yeah, I saw your Facebook post.
Yeah, man.
It's always food. That's all Sid posts is just food.
Bro, I waited over a year to go back to this place, and they had their opening last night. So I went, and I had my sushi, and I had my corn soup.
You've never met a person so happy to show you that they're eating curry at 2:30 in the morning.
Nah, don't go there, homie. Kariyari.
Like fish curry and sada rotate 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, sir.
Sid, you need like a Food Network show. You know?
Huh?
You need like a Food Network show.
Gerald said he can't make it.
Good morning. Oh,
So how do wifey get to Baltimore?
3 hours.
You drove her?
Oh no, how she got? No, she took
Uber?
Uber. She took Amtrak.
Oh.
I had her. That day I was so tired. Her train was like in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, with early morning traffic, we left at like 5:55. I'm like, come on, woman, really? I normally get up at 5:45. Like, so I was just dead tired. And I think I left work like at 8:30. That day I was just super tired. But no, she took it straight down. Like 3 hours in the train. Also,
It's not bad.
the track is so slow. They call it their Acela, but it's the same as driving.
Oh.
you sleeping?
Yeah, but you're sitting in a train and you don't have to worry for 3 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, like it has like Wi-Fi, so she was doing work and all that kind of stuff.
They're replacing the Acela line with high-speed trains, higher speed trains that can go up to 180 miles an hour. But it's not going to give you any shortened time on your commute. Because they said the infrastructure is still old. They won't update the infrastructure, just the trains. What a waste, right?
Meanwhile, you go to Japan. I remember being in Japan, and I got on the maglev. We went up to Tokyo for a weekend. It is the greatest thing ever. You're booking like 200 miles an hour, and you don't feel anything.
Yeah. Not in Jersey, though.
No. It's not that bad. I mean, I pull into Hoboken, and I take the ferry over to the city. So my commute's not that. It's okay.
What time you go to work in the morning, Al?
I'm usually on the train. I catch the 7:10 train.
Okay.
No, the 7. Sorry, I leave the house at 7:10. I'm on the train at 7:25.
Now, where you catch the train at?
I catch it in Lyndhurst.
Okay.
And that takes you into Hoboken, and then from Hoboken, I take the light rail over to Change Place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, the light rail is free if you got New Jersey Transit monthly.
Yep.
So
what?
The New Jersey Transit train ticket, you have the month, you buy the monthly. The light rail is free for you. So like that totally makes sense. When you pull into Hoboken, you just take the light rail over one stop to Exchange Place. You don't need to you're good to go.
I parked in that mall parking lot that's right behind the building yesterday when I did the fingerprints.
Yeah.
Just to walk around the corner, I felt like that breeze was gonna cut straight through.
Oh yeah.
I'm walking straight and the breeze is blowing me off to the right.
The wind over there does not play around.
No, sir.
Unobstructed, man.
And you know me, no jacket.
Oh, you're gonna have a jacket when it does not play around over there.
Yeah, I'm making sure I find one.
It's actually a nice walk. Like, you know, when the weather's nice, I enjoy just doing the walk from Hoboken on that walkway over to Newport area. It's actually a very nice little walk over there.
Yeah.
And when you come across, like you'll see it once you begin to explore. There's like a little man-made beach, like sand area. Summertime, they show like movies and stuff like that up there.
Okay.
Doesn't train over by South Orange, East Orange go to Hoboken too? I think there's a split line, right? Half goes to Hoboken.
Yes. Yeah, I'm at East Orange. I think East Orange train.
Yeah.
It goes to Hoboken. You do New York Broad, and then Hoboken.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's probably the best situation for you.
Yeah.
So like
skip the path.
6:44, and pull into Hoboken. What time do I pull into? I get on the 6:44 East Orange, and I jump on the 7:15 ferry, right there at Hoboken. So you're there by 7:10.
So what time did you start working when you were at this company?
I did mornings. So I was coming in at like 7 in the morning. So because they have it set up in which it's 24-hour coverage globally.
Okay.
And London is still going to be there. They're usually there like just because of the layover time. They'll be there until like probably 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, that type of thing. And then they leave. And then in the evening time, you do a handoff to Hong Kong.
Oh.
We had set it up when I was there because everybody was coming in at the same time, and then everyone would leave at 5, right? So you would have to do overtime to people that stay until 7:30, 8 o'clock to do the handover with Hong Kong. So when I set up the team, I did 3 different shifts. The first shift was there at 6 o'clock in the morning, like 6 to 3 type of thing, 6 to 2. So it depends on what shift they put you in. They're not going to put you on the first shift because, you know,
you need support.
You're going to need to like be like,
I'll probably end up like a middle shift.
Yeah, like you'll just do a regular, probably 8 to 5, 9 to 5 type of thing. So that you become familiar and used to everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I mean, if anything, we'll talk Monday when we meet up at the masjid anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Alaikum.
Nice.
All right,
Hey,
fine.
walaikum salam, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam, alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. So it's just gonna be us. No one else can make it.
Certainly 11. I had to go by Janaza this morning.
Oh, okay.
So I just got back. I had to go, but it's just a how okay.
Seems like a very common occurrence in the community recently.
Yeah, we got a lot of. She's not originally from us. I think they're from Sporav.
Oh, okay.
Family. The family is Sporav family. They asked me to come over there, so I went over.
Okay.
So who we have? You have everybody online? Who we have? That's three. That's four of us. Five of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
The rest of the guys confirmed they're not gonna be able to make it.
Okay.
Yeah. And Sheikh, I gotta run out in like 10 minutes also. Sorry, man.
Okay. So we're gonna do. We can do the.
You gonna do the
We're
hadith?
gonna do the hadith.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Huh? Which one
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
do? Because after you gotta run off, you're gonna do at least do something.
Yeah.
Let's just do the hadith if he has to run.
Huh?
I said maybe we could do the hadith if that's the shorter thing since he has to go.
Okay. All right. So let's do the hadith then. The hadith is the first hadith, right?
Yeah, we said we'll start from number 1.
Number 1 hadith. Okay. Okay. Anyway, Tawhid, you already you can read the hadith. Anyway, got the hadith with them?
I don't have it in front.
Nobody ain't got it.
I have it pulled up here. I can read it in English.
Okay. Okay.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. It is narrated on the authority of Amirul Mu'minin Abu Hafs Umar bin Al-Khattab radiallahu, who said, I heard the messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, actions are judged by motives, by your NIA. So each man will have what he intended. Thus, he whose migration was to Allah and his messenger, his migration is to Allah and his messenger. But he whose migration was for some worldly thing he might gain, or for a wife he might marry, his migration is to that for which he migrated.
Okay. So this hadith is one of the famous. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is one of the famous hadith of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He narrated a quite few hadith, and this is his most famous hadith actually of Umar. Of course, his name is Umar, and Umar, the son of Khattab, and his title, or they call it his laqab, his title was Al-Faruq, right? He was called Al-Faruq because of his strength in standing up for the truth. And his kunya, or his nickname was Abu Hafs. That's what they call, you see, Abu Hafs was his nickname. Everybody usually got a nickname, Abu Hafs. Hafs means, the word Hafs means lion. So Abu Hafs means that, that's his title. He is connected to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam back 10 generations. Right? Back 10 generations, he's connected to the Prophet. It was either his mother or his aunt. One of them was the cousin of Abu Jahl. Now, you know, Abu Jahl, you know, he was related to Abu Jahl, his aunt. He was 13 years younger than the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There's just a bit of background about Omar. He was 13 years junior to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he embraced Islam either in the 5th or the 6th year before the migration. And his daughter was married to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Hafsa. So he was also the Prophet's father-in-law. Right? Omar was the Prophet's father-in-law because his daughter Hafsa married to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And he became the Khalifa after Abu Bakr, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And Abu Bakr was called the Khalifa to Rasulullah. And when he took over, and they call him that, he says, no, that title is not fitting for me. That is the title of Abu Bakr. So he chose the name Amirul Mu'mineen. And that became the standard title for those who took over. He chose the name Amirul Mu'mineen instead, leader of the faithful. And he was murdered, right, when he was 63 years old. He got murdered by a Persian slave named Abu Lu'lu of Feroz. He murdered him at Fajr. He stabbed him with a dagger and he killed him. So his Khilafah lasted about 10 years. Just over 10 years and about 6 or 7 months. And he was a very strong person. This hadith is mashhur. That means that the hadith is a well-known hadith. Mashhur is one of the status of hadith, and it is means that it is reported by all the 6 leading books of hadith. You will find it, and it is sahih and muttafaqun alayhi and everything. It is a very strong and powerful hadith, and the scholars declare that this hadith represents 1/3. Some of them say 1/3, and some of them say half of knowledge is found in this hadith. This hadith represents 1/3 or 1/2 of knowledge because of the importance of the hadith itself that the scholars mention in relation to this. The hadith is about the intention, and the intention is the basis of all actions, as the basis of all actions, because the intention is the resolve or the will or determination to do something. That's what the intention is. It's a resolve or will or determination to do something. And so the place of the intention is in the heart, because this is where all our actions begin, in the heart. All our actions begin in the heart. Our mind might reflect on them, but they all begin in the heart. And this is where we take a firm resolve to do it or not to do it. And so the intention then is very, very important. And this is why if you don't have an intention to perform an act, just an ordinary act can become an act of ibadah by the intention. So eating and drinking, if you do so with the intention to please Allah and to strengthen your body so that you can worship Allah better, it will be considered as an act of ibadah, even though eating and drinking is a mundane act. But if you have an intention that by eating and drinking you want to please Allah, and so then it becomes an act of ibadah. So the intention is the basis of ibadah, and therefore we have to have the intention. That's why you have to have the intention for salah, you have the intention for fasting. You must have intention. You don't have to utter it, but you must have it in your heart, that resolve in your heart to do that. Otherwise, the act of ibadah is not valid. Because if you make wudu, you wash every part of your body for wudu, but you didn't have the intention of wudu, or you do, or for ghusl, the same thing. then you just had a good wash up. That's about it. It's not ibadah. All right. So that's the importance of the intention. This is what the Prophet is emphasizing. So the action is not real. If it's not accompanied by the intention, then it is not acceptable. The action. There are three types of action. The actions, they what they call it ta'at, the actions of obedience. Right? You call them ta'at, the actions of obedience. The mubihat are the permissible actions. And the third type of action is a ma'asi, the acts of disobedience. So these are the three types of actions that an individual can do. Right? It is the three acts of that individual do. So that in acts of obedience in the ta'at, our intention must be to please Allah. It must be a sincere intention for the pleasure of Allah. For that act to be counted as a good deed, we must have in our hearts the intention to please Allah. Not for anything, not to show nobody, it has to please Allah. So even if I can give some charity or to give somebody something, which is an act of ta'at, because Allah tells us about giving the poor, feeding the poor and the needy. So giving charity also is an act of ibadah, is a ta'at, and among the ta'at. And if we have the intention that the individual should be grateful to you, then is not considered considered a good act. You won't get the reward for it. Or that some person should say, this man is a very charitable man. Anything like that, because the intention is wrong. The intention is wrong. So even though the action itself is good, the deed is good, the action is good, but the intention is wrong. So therefore, that deed will not be considered as a good deed. All right. So if it's a good deed of ta'at, those good deeds, you have to have the right intention for them to be right. Similarly, if it is one of the ma'asi, the bad deeds, and you had a good intention to do it, it would not make it a good deed. It would not be good. So some person want to steal to give charity, or they want to hold a bingo or a raffle so that they can feed the poor. Or they want to play the lotto to get money to build a masjid. Stuff like that is the action itself is haram. And even though the intention is a good intention, you want to feed the poor and the needy, you want to help the masjid, you want to do something good. The intention is good, but the deed is bad, and therefore the is not acceptable in Islam. So the intention, therefore, it is very important for us to have the right kind of intention in our things. So that actions then without intention are meaningless. Actions without intention is meaningless, and actions that don't have, and intentions that are not sincere are show off. Right? If the intention is not in sincerity, or sincerity is not the intention, then it is show off. And so it's important for us to think. So the intention then is the main pillar of actions. And we should be always be very careful when we act that we think about the deed. The action, as we mentioned, the intention, the action is of the limbs, the intention is of the heart. That's the action of the heart. And the actions of the heart are more important than the other actions. It's the most important because the heart is the most important function, organ of the body. That's the most important. It's the highest level. And so the intention coming from the heart, when it is good, the heart is good. The heart is good. And it indicates when you have a good intention, it indicates that your heart is good. Your heart is good when you always have a good intention to do things, even if you don't get to do them, but you always have good intentions. Is a sign that your heart is good, right? Is a sign that your heart is good, because these are the actions coming from the heart, and eventually the heart will lead to it. So this there's a saying, there's a hadith in al-Tabarani actually that says niyatul mu'min khayru min amalihi. The intention of the believer is better than his action. The intention of the believer is better than his deed, right? Better than his deed. So while both of them have some effect, they both, the action, the deed itself have an effect, and the intention have an effect. The effects of the intention is greater than the effect of the deed itself, because that brings benefit, great benefit on both sides. The intention, you know, is a yardstick to determine the goodness or badness of our deeds and actions, so that if our intention is good, our deeds become excellent, and if our intention is bad, our good deeds will not really gain the benefit that one would expect or one would hope for. إنما الأعمال بالنيات, right? Verily, actions are judged by intention. This particular hadith, إنما لكل امرئ ما نوى, this hadith is said that was done. There was one of the sisters in Mecca, that one of the well-off brothers, one of the men, he was interested in the sister, and he wanted to marry her. And she was a very well established and well-known Muslim sister in Mecca, and he wanted to marry her. But when he proposed to her, she was in the process of preparing to make hijrah, because the order for hijrah had come already, and she was making preparation to leave Mecca to migrate to Medina. And so when she, even though he might be a upstanding or a good of a person that she was interested in marrying, when she came to him, when he came to her, she told him, well, look, I mean, I am planning to migrate to Medina. I'm preparing myself to leave, and there's no way I'm gonna stay here to marry you. I don't mind marrying you, but I'm not staying here. I'm heading out. So if you want to marry me, you can find me in Medina. You can find me in Yathrib. That's where you're gonna find me. So she took off and she left. He really didn't want to migrate, because he was well established there and stuff like that. So he didn't want to migrate. But he stayed for a little while, and after a couple of months, he said, you know what, man, let me go and get this woman. So he left. He decided to migrate. So he migrated so he could, marry the sister, because she was not coming back to Mecca. And so the Prophet, that's what the Prophet mentioned in this hadith, that the individual, that you get the intent, you get what you intend. So the hijrah, right? The hijrah, those people who intended for in the hijrah, the hijrah was for Allah and His Messenger alone, then that is the reward they will get. Right? That's the reward they will get as the thing for Allah and His Messenger. So that because they're all sincere. And those people who were making, and like him, he made it, his intention for coming was not because he really wanted to make hijrah, but because he didn't want to lose the sister. He didn't want to lose that sister. He wanted to marry her. Right? So just to make sure he got her and nobody else did, he made a hijrah. So that is where the Prophet was mentioned in relation to this. So the intention, the three stages of the intention. First stage. Now?
Yeah, I gotta run.
Okay.
All right. Good seeing you, brothers. All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Yeah, the first stage of the intention is the knowledge, right? Knowing exactly what you want to do and whether it is halal or haram, because that is important. That before you do any action, that you know its status, whether it is accepted in Islam or not. And it can only be in one or two categories that is permissible. That it is the ta'at, that is it is among the actions of obedience to Allah, or it is something that's just permissible for you to do, because it should be only from among those evidence from the ma'asi, evidence from the acts of disobedience, then we should desist from it. We should desist from it. So we should have no intention to do acts of disobedience. May Allah protect us from such. So the thing is to have the knowledge of what you're gonna do. Second is the intention, that you make a sincere intention to do it. And then the third is the ability to execute. The ability to execute what you are set out to do. So acts of obedience, as we said, they nourish the heart. They nourish the heart and they make it strong, right? Whereas acts of obedience blacken the heart and make it weak, right? The Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the Hadith, he said that when a person does an act of disobedience, that a black speck goes on their heart. A black speck goes on the heart. If he makes tawbah and repent to Allah for it, it is removed. If he doesn't, then every time he does another bad act, it will leave that spot on the heart again. And it will continue like this until the heart becomes completely encased in blackness. And then the individual becomes ghafil, becomes negligent, and not really care of one way or the other. It doesn't matter. They can do anything at that point. So good acts nourishes the heart. So we should strive to do the good acts, and the acts of disobedience, they weaken and kill the heart because of that black spark that comes on it. So that the object of the mu'min should be always the healthiness and purity of the heart. We should always seek to keep our hearts pure, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, that the people who will be considered on Qiyamah, man atallah bi qalbin salim, who comes with a pure heart, who comes with a clean or sound heart. So it is important to keep our hearts clean and pure, so that good intentions will come from it, right? So we shouldn't harbor the negative things in our hearts, like envy and spite and hatred and malice, and these things corrode the heart. So it affects the heart, so the quality of intention coming from it in effect. So you keep your heart healthy so that you can get good intentions coming from your heart, which will lead to good actions. So it's important that we should think. So do things that is gonna improve the heart and make the heart strong, like having, like making dhikr and all of that. The actions, so the heart then of the heart is important. It said that the action, because of the intention, if it is good, right? The intention, that because of the strength and the power of the intention over the deed, that the individual will get reward just for the intention alone, and then you get reward for the deed. And this is found also in a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ, it says that if a servant intends to do a good deed, right? If he intends to do a good deed, and he doesn't do it, something stopped him from doing it. He didn't get to do the good deed. He didn't get to follow through with the deed, but he had the intention of doing it. He'll get one reward. He will get a reward just for the intention, right? And if he follows through and completes the deed, he will get 10 from 10 up to 700 good rewards. 10 to 700 rewards for, or as Allah wills, for that deed that he does. So just for having a good intention alone, you get reward, because the intention is such a powerful thing. As it precedes the action, is the basis of the action, you get reward just for the intention. So having a good intention, you get rewarded for the good intention. It said that one of the companions asked the Prophet ﷺ, how does the angels know, right, that you had a good intention? You didn't follow through with action. So how does the angels who record your deeds, right, because we got angels who record the bad deeds and angels who record the good deeds. This is how does the angels know that you had a good intention, all right, since it is something from the heart, and only Allah knows the secrets of the heart. You know, nobody knows the secrets of the heart but the person, and but Allah and the person who has those the thoughts. So it said that the Prophet told them that when the individual has a good intention, the heart gives off a good fragrance. The heart gives off a good fragrance, and the angels smell the fragrance coming from his heart. So they know that he has a good intention, right? They know that he has a good intention when the fragrance, that good fragrance, come from the heart. Because once you have the good intention, it has the thing. So I guess that is some, you know, the points that I wanted to cover in relation to this intention. Have there any questions? Inshallah, you could ask any clarifications.
I think it's dry. It's more popular.
I didn't hear you clearly.
I said I think it's pretty much cut and dry. It's one of the more popular hadith that we've all been exposed to a lot. So
yeah,
I think if anything, it just further clarifies what we already know.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask you one thing, Imam. So, like in relation to what you were just saying, I mean, one of the, like, I don't know if you want to call it a saying or a story in relating to that. I'm not sure how true it is, but this is the perfect time to bring it up. So, you know, they say the one that I'm used to growing up in relation to this hadith is that it said, you know, you have the angel writing down your good sins and your bad sins, right? I mean, your blessings and your sins. And if you are good, you have the intention to do something good.
Yeah.
The angel writes it down on the tablet. The intention is there before the action even happens.
Yeah, they write it down.
And then when you do the actions, you get even more blessings. But just for having the intention, the effort to go and do something may prevent you from doing it externally, but your heart was inclined towards it, you get blessings towards that.
Yes.
And then on the flip side of it, the one that I'm familiar with also is if you do something bad, if you do a sin, the angel does not write it down right away. They actually wait an appointed time to see if you will seek forgiveness and recompense. And if you do, they never write it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that is authentic, if you ever heard of that one before.
No, it's true. The angels, I mean, because the bad intention is not punished. If an individual has a bad intention, right? He had an intention to do something bad, and he doesn't do it, there's nothing on him, because the bad intention, Allah in His mercy, He does not punish the bad intention. He punished the bad deed. Right?
Okay, yeah, I did.
with the good intention, because the good intention is good in itself, he gets reward for the intention.
Okay.
And then if he follows through on the deed, he gets reward for it. But the other thing in relation to that is if the individual have a bad intention, an intention to do something bad, and then he of his own volition changes that intention, he gets a reward, because that also is a good act that he changed from bad to good.
Okay.
So he get reward for changing his intention from a bad intention to a good one.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was also like, let's say you actually commit the act, and he still doesn't write it down still.
No, the intention, not the act. If you do the good act, you do the bad act is written down.
Okay.
If you make tawbah, it is wiped off.
Okay.
But if you have the intention, right, to do the bad act, nothing is written down until you actually do it.
There's the delay there to give you the opportunity.
Not until you actually do it. So that if you don't do it, then it's not written down. It's not written down as a bad act, because you didn't follow through.
Right. Okay.
And actually, if you change, if it was your own volition that you change and says, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore. You change, because you consider it as bad and stuff. You change, then you can get a reward for changing. Whatever is that you couldn't get it done because something blocked you from doing it, you don't get no reward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two things to piggyback off of Cheyenne. One, if it's in the haram and you think of something bad, do you get the sayyat for it? And the other thing is, give me a moment to come back. But do you get sayyat if you think of something like an evil intent in the haram?
No. The evil thought and the evil intention, there's no punishment for that. All right? But there is reward for the good thought and the good intention. But Allah, because Allah is merciful and just, He only did if you follow through with action. If you follow through with action, then. But as long as you don't follow through with action, then there's no sin on you. But it is not good to harbor them, because you never know when the opportunity presents itself and you actually follow through. When it is easy to do and you just follow through. So don't harboring the evil intentions and evil thoughts is not good, because you never know when shaitan get hold of you and you actually follow through and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best not to harbor it.
The other part was based off of what Ustav told the class one time, is that the bad deeds, if there's an intention to do a bad deed and the deed is done, it doesn't automatically go to Allah. And there's a time between every Thursday, because Thursday is when the deeds are raised up to Allah, that the
Monday
is given. I'm sorry?
Monday and Thursday.
Yeah. Sorry. And the abd is enough time to seek forgiveness so that it doesn't go up to Allah.
Yeah, if you make repentance. If you make repentance, then it's removed. Anytime you make repentance, the bad deed is removed. Right? Anytime you make repentance, anytime. That's why we should not wait for any time to make repentance. We should make repentance on a regular basis. Because once you make tawbah, khalas, it removed. And that's what the Prophet says, and also to make it good for you, he says, atbi al-hasana sayyat al-hasana tamhuha. Follow up a bad deed by doing a good one. So don't just make tawbah to have it removed, but also do a good one and replace it. So you always ahead. You always a step ahead by doing so.
Okay, that's it. Second one, Alfredo. Just the story. I brought this same hadith up at work, and it was just one person, idiot among idiots. And I told him, no, actions are based on intention. He's like, no, like, what if something happens that's outside of your control? That doesn't mean that it's not based off of your intention. Like, you might have the intention to save someone from a burning car. The car is still going to up on its own. Like, your intention won't affect the outcome, but your actions are based on your intention.
Yeah.
And it was a waste of breath talking to this person who has no foundation of Islam, and he's just argumentative. I like, how would you have a discussion if you're trying to be a da'i, calling people to Islam, and they're ignorant of every situation, and all they do is block you?
Yeah. There's some people that you can't reach them, right? And it's important to acknowledge or recognize that. There are some people, it doesn't matter what you say, you cannot reach them because they don't have the capacity to reason and comprehend what you're saying. And this is why, you know, the saying goes, you know, give not advice to fools, for they have not the capacity to comprehend or to appreciate what you're saying. So the individual, you have some people that you cannot tell them anything because they know. And the cup that is full, you can't add anything to it. We should always keep that in mind. The cup that is full, you can't add anything to it. You pour it, it's gonna fall off, flow over the side. So the individual who think they know, and there are a lot of people like that, they think that they know, but they don't know. Right? A lot of people like that. They think that they know, but they don't know. And you know that when a person don't know, and they don't know that they don't know, you know, they're a dangerous person. Stay away from them, because there's nothing you can do with them. Right? But the individual who don't know and knows that they don't know, you can teach them. Right? You can teach them because they know that and acknowledge that they don't know, and so they're willing to learn. But the one who thinks he know and he don't know, that person, there's nothing you can tell them, because the individual, as I said, you can't add anything to a full cup. Right? You can't add anything to a cup that is full already. So there's some people you recognize right away. You see where the individual is. The individual just like to argue. They just like, I've come across people like that all the time. You say, you know, as Allah tells us about Ibadur Rahman, He says one of the qualities of Ibadur Rahman is that khatamuhu jahiluna qalu salaman. This is salam, you know, salam na nabtaqul jahil. You go about your business. Leave them alone. Some people, you just gotta leave them, and you can't do nothing. You can't reach them. So rather than frustrating yourself over them, you say salam and head your way, you know, and leave them alone. There's some people like that, and you have to acknowledge that.
I think that's a famous saying. I think it's a saying, not like a hadith, in which it said, speak to a person at their level, right?
Yes.
Different people speak at a different level for them. If you speak above them, they're going to look at you with consternation. And if you speak below them, they're going to look at you like a simpleton.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think that is a saying either of Ali radiallahu. Some people attribute it to Ali, and some people attribute it to Omar. Khatam an-nas hasba qulihim. Speak to people according to their level. Yeah, either I've seen it attributed to Ali radiallahu anhu, and I've seen it attributed to Omar ibn al-Khattab. Yeah. Any point? No?
Anything from any of you guys?
No.
Okay. All right. I guess we can wrap it up then for the day. So our next meeting would be in person.
Yeah, it would be Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. That's the 24th?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. So then we'll do the fake. Right, because we haven't done the fake yet. We'll do the fake and what we'll do. Fake and the Sirah.
Yeah, we haven't started the Sirah yet.
We start the Sirah, yeah.
So Sirah
we-
chapter 1.
So it is Sirah, the first part of the Sirah.
the seal nectar.
No?
Yeah, the Sirah.
We agree that we do the Sirah nectar. But we're not doing the first, we're not doing the part that goes way back. We're only going back to
Yeah, the lineage of the Arabs.
yeah, we ain't going way back up. We go back to the Prophet, directly to the Prophet, not to the Arabs, but to the Prophet.
That's a lot of reading.
Yes, that's a lot of stuff I don't think is necessary. So we're not going through the history of the Arabs. We go just to for the Prophet, that which impacts the Prophet. So we're going back to his grandfather or somewhere along that line.
Okay.
we-
Now,
I was
Do
just
we have
asking for Vic, like how much do we read? Like what do we? I'm not too sure.
I don't have the book with me right now. I know we should read up. We can probably, I don't know. Yeah, anybody got the book? But then
I'm pulling it up here right now. I have the link. Presentation of Vic.
okay. All right, let me see. I got it. Okay.
So chapter 1 is on purity.
Yeah, that was the first one that was supposedly in the schedule.
No, you mean for the
One that was
fiqh?
scheduled
Fiqh is
originally.
Tahara, yeah. Tahara. We're doing Tahara. This is the first part of the book. Tahara.
So just read like an entire chapter, and that's what we're gonna cover.
Yeah, for the fiqh, yeah, we do the fiqh on the thing, you know.
Okay.
And 63.
Yeah, that's a lot on purity. Okay.
The lineage of the prophet starts from, I think, from page 63. 63. So I think we should start from there as opposed to all the other stuff. I don't know if what you all think.
No, I agree. The lineage of the Arabs, it just gets confusing just trying to.
Yeah, I would say from the lineage of the prophet, we can do that, and his. So I guess if we can do some that starts from page 63.
He's not Arab.
Huh?
Rasul is not Arab.
If he's not Arab,
He's Iraqi.
he's what?
Iraqi, Musta'arab.
The prophet, you know, the prophet is descendant from thing. He's Arab.
How was it? Who was it?
His things goes back to. Okay, let's. I don't know if you can do it. Okay, before we talk about that, anybody want to read? I would say from 63 to
Hold on.
to 80.
Okay.
I said 83. From 63 to 83. That's pretty much up to the formative years of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Okay.
Which book is this? Which book is?
That's before the mission. So it covers the lineage of the Prophet and, you know, his early years, growing up as a child, you know. There's before his appointment to prophethood. That period. Anybody suggest anything different?
No.
Okay, so we just covered that for so in the book it is 63 to 83 in the book.
What's the name of the book?
Sea Nectar.
Nectar.
Is there a PDF version of that?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it's online.
Okay,
This is the book here.
gotcha. I'll delete the other one.
Because I don't have the other one.
I only have Field Nectar and like the full Arabic version, so I'll download the PDF.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, it's
Just to confirm, you said from 23?
no,
So 63 to 83.
63 to 83.
That's right, 20. Right, just because I'm putting it in the chat, so I just want to make sure I say exactly.
63 to 83. All right, page 63 is because that covers his early life just before the mission, before his his elevation to prophethood. All that can go into one session.
Okay.
Is there a way to get like video questions from people who wouldn't be able to make it to the class?
If they want to put it in the chat, I mean,
Yeah, I think that's the only way.
if people want to put it in the chat, you know, and then we can just present it in the class, sure.
Yeah, because we only got like what 3 questions answered, or questions asked, I should say.
Yeah.
Get more perspectives, it would be a better discourse, I think.
So one thing I would ask about the Hadith, Imam, is so when you use the real life example of the person who went to marry, you know, who went on Hijrah to marry the woman you wanted.
Yeah, give it a sec.
Not a problem.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that.
Not a problem. So you give the example of the man, right, that went to marry the woman.
Yes.
So even though his intention wasn't for Allah to go and be part of the Hijrah, it was to go and marry the woman. So his initial intention and actions was for himself, right, to marry a wife.
Yeah.
So even though his initial intention was that, I guess what I'm trying to say is, in him getting married to this woman, right, she was clearly a devout Muslim. She went for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this, I guess I'm trying to say, his wrong action lead to good actions? Because even though he married this woman for worldly gains for himself, his life would be better and pleasing to Allah because, you know, he would do Islamic things. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but it wasn't wrong. What he did wasn't wrong. All right? It wasn't wrong because that is a permissible act. Right? There's a permissible that fall on the heading of the permissible act. It doesn't fall on the heading of the act. It falls on the mubihat. You know, as we mentioned, the 3 different categories of actions. It falls under the actions of the permissible actions. So he didn't do anything wrong, really, by doing that. But he could have, had he made the right intention, it would be among the first type of actions, really the best actions.
It would have been better for him.
Yes.
Both in this world and the next world.
Yeah. We get the better thing, but he didn't do anything. It was part of the second group of actions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then that's it.
I think I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Okay, this was great. So I'll edit the video and I'll post it in the chat as well for the guys in a day or two.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Salam everyone. Have a good
Catching up, we let's close off with dua. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. صلاة.
Maybe.
السلام
Michael.
عليكم.